Amy Mitchell is a married mother of 2 kids, Jane and Dylan, and she feels overburdened with commitments. She is an enthusiastic member of her school's PTA, which is led by the tyrannical Gwendolyn James and her henchwomen Stacy and Vicky. She works as a sales representative for a hip coffee company, packs healthy lunches by hand for her kids, completes most of their homework, attends all of their extracurricular events, and does all of her children's homework. Amy tries to keep things together after discovering her husband Mike's online infidelity with a nude hooker. She then ejects Mike from the relationship. Amy openly resigns from the PTA after a particularly difficult day in reaction to Gwendolyn's aggressive bake sale plans. Amy meets Carla, a laid-back, sexually active single mom, and Kiki, a stay-at-home mother of 4 who respects Amy's disagreement with Gwendolyn, in a local bar. While Amy and Kiki are troubled by Carla's extremely hands-off parenting style, they are also annoyed to learn that Kiki's husband is controlling and expects her to take care of all the children in the house alone. After the group goes out for an extended period of time, Amy decides to have a good time with her children. She takes them for rides in Mike's vintage car, buys them Arby's lunch, makes Dylan fend for himself to keep him from being entitled and lazy, and treats the overachieving and constantly stressed Jane to a spa day. Amy offends Gwendolyn by bringing store-bought donut holes to the bake sale. Gwendolyn then uses her PTA power to get Jane kicked off the soccer team. Infuriated, Amy decides to challenge Gwendolyn for the job of PTA president. The sole person who shows up to Amy's meet and greet lets them know that Gwendolyn has organized a competing party at her home, which will be cooked by Martha Stewart. Despite this, when it becomes evident that Gwendolyn wants to lecture them the entire evening, the other moms and Martha quickly leave Gwendolyn's party, which results in a successful alcohol-filled house party at Amy's. As a response, Gwendolyn puts drugs in Jane's locker, frames her, and gets her expelled from all extracurricular activities the same day Amy is dismissed. As a result of what they perceive to be Amy's failure as a mother, Jane and Dylan both move in with Mike, who agrees to an amicable divorce. Amy loses her job at the worst possible time because her younger, hip employer won't accept her justifications for taking time off. Amy, who is dejected, stays at home for the PTA election, but is inspired to get involved by Carla and Kiki, who ultimately confronts her husband and commands him to handle everything on his own until the meeting is done. At the gathering, Amy gives a motivational speech on how moms everywhere are overworked and that they must take time off, participate in fewer, less stressful events, and, most importantly, be okay with making errors. Amy triumphs with a resounding victory and ends up consoling a heartbroken Gwendolyn, who confesses that she was in charge of the PTA as a vehicle to release her rage following her husband's arrest for embezzling from a charity. After a few weeks, positive changes have resulted from Amy's strategy. Jane is less stressed, Dylan is actually applying himself, Kiki has her husband help with childcare now, Carla is more responsible and hands-on, and all the other moms, including Stacy and Vicky, are feeling more energized. After her supervisor realized how much he had taken advantage of her, Amy was given her old position back with considerably better pay. She also kept dating Jesse, an attractive and well-liked widower she had been close with a few weeks previously. After admitting that Amy's approach has some validity, Gwendolyn extends an invitation to Amy, Carla, and Kiki for a fun day on her husband's private aircraft as the movie comes to an end.